Welcome to Tabo Eminent Channel. Here are some of the most exciting recent revelations from Egyptian tombs and necropolises, discoveries that help fill in gaps in history, illuminate ancient beliefs, and show how new methods are changing what we know. If you like, I can also pull up some of the most disputed or fringe claims. Hidden tombs of ancient Egypt, unearthing lost pharaohs and forgotten worlds. Under the shifting sands of Egypt, the ancient dead are speaking again. In the past year, archaeologists have peeled back layers of history to reveal a series of hidden tombs, from lost kings to priests and soldiers, rewriting what we know about Egypt's royal dynasties and the spiritual lives of its people. Thanks for watching. Request you to subscribe the channel. The lost tomb of Thutmose II near the Valley of the Kings, in a dry, rocky ravine known as Wadi C4. Egyptian and European archaeologists recently uncovered what they now believe to be the long-lost tomb of Pharaoh Thutmose II, husband of the legendary Queen Hatshepsut. The tomb, partially collapsed after thousands of years, was hidden beneath debris and untouched by modern eyes until 2025. Inside, fragments of alabaster vessels, inscribed blocks, and remnants of the Book of Amduat, a funerary text describing the pharaoh's nightly journey through the underworld, were discovered. The ceiling, still glittering with golden stars painted on a deep blue background, symbolized eternity. Though the mummy of Thutmose II was relocated long ago, the artistic details and inscriptions reveal a royal tomb built for a god-king who vanished from memory far too soon. A nameless pharaoh in Abydos south of Luxor, at Abydos, a 3,600-year-old burial chamber carved into limestone shocked excavators. It was constructed for a pharaoh whose name had been erased, possibly during Egypt's chaotic Second Intermediate Period, when multiple dynasties ruled different regions simultaneously. The tomb's architecture suggests an early royal prototype, complete with vaulted ceilings and subsidiary chambers. Archaeologists believe it could belong to a ruler of the mysterious Abydos dynasty, a short-lived line of kings once thought to be mythical. Though the chamber had been looted centuries ago, what remains, fragments of stone vessels, offering tables, and shattered wooden coffins, hints at a forgotten age when Egypt's throne was contested by shadowy rulers history had all but erased. The priests and officials of Saqqara. Meanwhile, in Saqqara, the ancient necropolis that once served as the Grand Cemetery of Memphis, archaeologists continue to uncover tombs of priests, scribes, and royal inspectors. Among the most striking is the tomb of Khnumjif, a high priest and inspector of the nobles who lived over 4,000 years ago. His burial chamber bursts with color, carved reliefs of daily life, bread making, music, animal offerings, preserved in vivid reds, blues, and ochres. Nearby, the tomb of Wa Tai, another nobleman from the 5th dynasty, stands almost intact. Its murals show Wa Tai and his family seated before offering tables, surrounded by scenes of carpenters, fishermen, and dancers. These images breathe life into the everyday world of Egypt's upper class, showing that immortality was as much about family and memory as divine ascent. The commander of Ramesses III in the Eastern Delta region, a 3,200-year-old tomb unearthed at Tel El Mashuta, may belong to a high-ranking military commander who served under Pharaoh Ramesses III. Inside were arrowheads, an ivory box, and a gold ring engraved with the king's cartouche. The tomb's modest size compared to royal burials suggests it was meant for a loyal general, a man who likely fought in the wars that defended Egypt's empire during its twilight years. For historians, this discovery adds human depth to the reign of Ramesses III, a time when Egypt's might was under siege from internal strife and external invasion. It shows how military elites, not just pharaohs, claimed their own share of eternity. Rebirth of Amenhotep III's tomb. After more than 2 decades of painstaking restoration, Egypt has reopened the tomb of Amenhotep III, the magnificent king, whose reign marked the peak of Egypt's golden age. His sepulchre, deep within the Valley of the Kings, had suffered centuries of decay. Now restored, its painted walls shimmer once again with scenes of gods welcoming the pharaoh into the afterlife. Though the royal sarcophagus is long gone, Likely plundered in antiquity, the grandeur of the tomb's architecture and the complexity of its inscriptions reaffirm Amenhotep's status as one of Egypt's most powerful rulers. The reopening not only revives the legacy of a king but also strengthens Egypt's cultural identity, linking modern Egyptians to their ancient ancestors. A deeper understanding of ancient life and belief. Together, these tombs tell a story far greater than any single discovery. They reveal a civilization constantly evolving, politically fragmented yet artistically unified by its obsession with eternity. The inscriptions, painted stars, and burial goods speak to a world that believed death was not an end but a transition. Archaeologists now use satellite imaging, 3D mapping, and advanced preservation methods to locate and study these hidden chambers. Each new find adds a missing piece to Egypt's historical puzzle, showing that even after 5,000 years, the desert still guards its secrets. And as one archaeologist remarked at the site of Abydos, standing before the half-buried entrance of a nameless king's tomb, the warriors rest in the eastern delta, a different story unfolded. Excavations at Tel El Mashuta brought to light a tomb belonging to what may have been a military commander under Ramesses III, Egypt's last great warrior king. Inside the chamber were the remnants of weapons, arrowheads, daggers, and an ivory box, along with a golden ring bearing the name of Ramesses himself. This discovery sheds light on a side of ancient Egypt often overshadowed by temples and treasure, the lives of the men who fought and died for empire. The commander's tomb may not shine with gold, but it glows with pride. It stands as a reminder that in Egypt, even soldiers sought immortality. Reawakening the magnificent king. Meanwhile, in the Valley of the Kings, workers completed the decades-long restoration of Amenhotep III's tomb, reopening it to the public for the first time in over 20 years. Once the richest and most powerful ruler of Egypt's 18th dynasty, Amenhotep III presided over a time of peace and splendor. His tomb reflects that glory, long corridors painted with gods and sacred texts, walls that shimmer with scenes of the pharaoh's divine journey. Unveiling the forgotten kingdoms. Each new discovery brings Egypt's past into sharper focus. The recently uncovered tombs at Abydos hint at a web of forgotten rulers. The Saqqara necropolis reveals that priests and officials once commanded their own wealth and influence. And the royal tombs of Thutmose II and Amenhotep III remind the world of Egypt's divine kingship, a system where power, faith, and eternity intertwined. These people believed they would live forever, and in a way, they were right. We're still talking about them, thousands of years later.